I am Natasha, your host for today. If you are new here, I want to tell you that we upload a new English learning video every single day to help you improve your English faster and more confidently. In today's episode, you will not only improve your English listening skills, but also your English speaking skills through powerful shadowing practice. Today, we're diving into something truly special, a full daily life advanced English conversation masterclass. You and I will go through natural daily English, essential advanced phrases you can use all day, and real shadowing exercises that will slowly train your brain to think in English. You'll listen, repeat, shadow, and speak along with me. And by doing that, you will build automatic fluency and confident communication skills for real everyday life. Whether you're describing your routine, making decisions, expressing your thoughts, handling small problems, or speaking spontaneously in any situation, this lesson will help you speak naturally, clearly, and smoothly. By the end of this video, you'll feel more confident, more fluent, and more ready to use advanced English throughout your day. Before we begin, make sure you subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so you don't miss any of our new English learning episodes. So, take a deep breath, relax, and get ready for real English shadowing practice. Let's get started. The moment you step into this lesson, I want you to feel like you are walking into a calm, supportive space where English becomes natural, automatic, and effortless for you. Today, we are beginning a powerful journey, one full of advanced daily life conversations, shadowing practice, and real phrases you can use from morning till night. As we start, imagine that you and I are speaking together as if we are having a real conversation in your everyday life. Not a classroom, not a textbook, just you and me, speaking naturally, slowly, confidently, and developing the flow of real English that native speakers use every single day. So let's begin gently, with something familiar. Imagine you wake up in the morning, and I am right there with you, helping you start your day with natural English thoughts and natural English speech. Take a breath with me and repeat softly in your mind as we move through each idea. When I wake up in the morning, the first thing I try to do is center myself. I take a slow breath and say, "All right, today is a new day. Let me move through it with calmness and clarity." This simple habit helps my mind prepare for a day of English thinking. Try repeating that with me now. Today is a new day. Let me move through it with calmness and clarity. Shadow it with your voice, or whisper it gently. That small moment of repetition is how fluency grows, slowly, naturally, and with practice. As you get out of bed, you might think in English. I need a moment to wake up. Let me get my thoughts together. Repeat that with me. I need a moment to wake up. Let me get my thoughts together. This advanced phrase is so useful because it expresses emotional clarity. You're not just saying you're tired, you're expressing your internal state, just like native speakers do. You're showing awareness, reflection, and control. And this is exactly what we want to develop. English that reflects your real personality. Now imagine walking into your kitchen or your morning space. Maybe you're making tea, coffee, or just drinking some water. In English, you might say, "Let me ease into the day," or I'm trying to start my morning slowly today. Both of these phrases are advanced, natural, and deeply human. Repeat with me. Let me ease into the day. Again. I'm trying to start my morning slowly today. Notice the softness, the calmness, the natural tone. That's what we aim for in this masterclass. Shadow this next small conversation with me. Speak along with me, slowly, calmly. I'm feeling a little tired, but I'll get there. Yes, mornings can be slow, but I'm doing my best. I think I need a few minutes to warm up my mind. These are not textbook lines. These are real, emotional, daily English phrases used by native speakers when they express how their morning feels. When you shadow them, you're not only practicing pronunciation, you're practicing emotional rhythm, the flow of real speech, the gentle pauses, the natural pacing. Now imagine checking your phone, replying to messages, or planning your day. You might say, I'm trying to get organized, or let me sort things out before I start. Repeat with me now. I'm trying to get organized. Again, let me sort things out before I start. These phrases show advanced level control because you're describing your mental and emotional process, not just actions. That is what makes English sound mature and fluent. Let's build a longer, natural practice together. I'll speak first. You shadow after me. Right now, I'm trying to set the tone for my day. I don't want to rush into anything. I want to take things step by step, stay calm, stay focused, and stay consistent with my English practice. Now shadow that entire idea with your own voice. Feel the smooth flow. Feel how English becomes more natural when you speak in complete thoughts. Let's move into a real-life morning routine conversation. This time, imagine someone asks you how your morning is going. You can respond in advanced daily English, like this. It's going well. I'm taking my time this morning. I don't want to overwhelm myself. I just want to start slowly and build up my energy. Shadow that now. Let your voice glide through the words. Not fast, not nervous, just calm and natural. Now practice another one. My morning has been a bit busy, but I'm handling things one by one. I'm trying to stay patient and stay present. Shadow it again. I'm handling things one by one. I'm trying to stay patient and stay present. This kind of emotional clarity automatically makes your English sound thoughtful and fluent. Let's add another natural morning reflection. I woke up feeling a bit distracted today, but I'm getting back on track. I just need a few minutes to realign myself. Shadow that with me. I'm getting back on track. I just need a few minutes to realign myself. These phrases are beautiful because you can use them anytime in daily life, at work, at home, with friends, or in conversations about how your day is going. Now say this with me slowly. I'm trying to stay consistent with my English, even when I'm busy. Let's repeat it again. I'm trying to stay consistent with my English, even when I'm busy. This small phrase is powerful because it shows commitment, focus, discipline, and native-like expression. Now imagine you're preparing to begin your responsibilities of the day. Maybe work, maybe study, maybe household tasks. Here's a natural, advanced phrase to start your day with intention. I want to make steady progress today. Nothing dramatic, just steady, meaningful progress. Shadow that now. steady, meaningful progress. This kind of phrase shows calm confidence, which is a huge part of sounding fluent in daily life. Let's move into a shadowing activity designed to warm up your thinking. Shadow each line after me in your own voice. I'm ready to face the day. I'm doing my best to stay focused. I want to move through the day with confidence. I'm taking things at my own pace. I'm learning to trust my process. These lines are simple, but strong. They help build your fluency while expressing real human emotion. Native speakers use these kinds of sentences all the time, so practice them regularly to make your speaking flow naturally. Now imagine you are preparing to leave your home or preparing to begin your tasks. You might say something like, I think I'm ready to start. I have a plan, and I'm going to take it step by step. Shadow it now. Feel how steady and calm the rhythm is. Let's add one more advanced daily English phrase. I'm not rushing today. I'm allowing myself to move naturally. Shadow it gently. This is the kind of phrase that shows emotional intelligence, self-awareness, and fluency all at once. As we move deeper into this masterclass, you will notice that every phrase, every sentence, and every shadowing moment is designed to help you speak English confidently and automatically in your daily life. This is only the beginning, and together, we will build your fluency from morning to night with real-life situations and real advanced English. As you step into the next part of your day, imagine you are getting ready to interact with the world. Maybe you're going to work. Maybe you're going to school. Maybe you're handling your personal responsibilities. This is where advanced daily life English becomes extremely useful. Because real fluency is not about complicated vocabulary. It's about expressing your thoughts clearly, naturally, and confidently in everyday situations. So let's practice the kinds of phrases you can use when you're leaving home and stepping into your day. Imagine you're about to leave your home and you say softly to yourself, All right, I think I'm good to go. Shadow that now. I think I'm good to go. This phrase is simple, but extremely natural. Native speakers say it all the time when they are about to start something. Now add a little more detail. I have everything I need. I'm ready to take on the day. Shadow it again. I'm ready to take on the day. These small shadowing moments slowly help your brain produce English effortlessly. Picture yourself walking outside, noticing the weather, adjusting your mindset, and preparing to enter your day with confidence. You might think, the weather feels nice today. I think it's going to help me feel more productive. Or, it's a bit cloudy, but I'll manage. Notice how these sentences feel natural and relaxed. Shadow them slowly. Let them shape the rhythm of your English. Now imagine you are commuting, maybe walking, maybe sitting in a bus, maybe driving, maybe waiting. This is a perfect time to practice shadowing because your mind is awake and moving. Here's a natural advanced English reflection you can repeat. I'm trying to stay focused today. I have a few things on my mind, but I want to handle everything calmly. Shadow it now. I want to handle everything calmly. This shows emotional control and natural expression. Here's another one. I'm not trying to rush through the day. I just want to maintain a steady rhythm. Shadow it again. I just want to maintain a steady rhythm. Now let's create a full daily life scenario during your commute. Imagine someone asks how your day is going so far. You can respond like this. It's been all right. I'm just trying to stay organized and keep my thoughts in one place. Shadow it slowly. I'm trying to stay organized. I'm keeping my thoughts in one place. This is the kind of advanced daily English that helps you sound calm and collected. You might also say, I have a lot to do today, but I'm taking it one step at a time. Shadow it gently, one step at a time. This phrase is powerful and very natural in real conversations. Now imagine you are transitioning into a workspace, a job, a study session, a project area, or even your home desk. Before starting your tasks, you might say, Let me settle in. Shadow it gently. Let me settle in. This phrase means you need a moment to get comfortable, to prepare your mind. It's extremely common among native speakers. Let's build a longer, natural practice of morning transition English. I'll say it first. You shadow after. I need a moment to get myself grounded. I want to approach everything with clarity. I'm not rushing. I'm not forcing anything. I just want steady progress and a calm mind while I go through my tasks. Shadow it now. Feel how natural and emotionally balanced it sounds. This type of English builds mature fluency. Now imagine beginning your tasks. You're looking at your list, checking your responsibilities, preparing to start. You can say, Let me take a quick look at what I need to do. Shadow it now. Let me take a quick look. This phrase is used all the time in workplaces and daily life. Another advanced phrase is, I'm trying to get a clear picture of what needs to be done. Shadow it slowly. A clear picture of what needs to be done. This helps you sound thoughtful and professional. Let's practice a short internal monologue that you can use when starting your work or study tasks. I want to stay disciplined today. I don't want to get distracted. I want to finish what I start and feel good about my progress. Shadow it now. I want to finish what I start. I want to feel good about my progress. Now imagine someone asks how you're feeling about your tasks for the day. You can respond, I'm feeling motivated. I just need to get started and build some momentum. Shadow it now. I just need to get started. I need to build some momentum. This sounds confident and natural. Another response could be, I'm a bit overwhelmed, but I'll handle everything step by step. Shadow it gently. I'll handle everything step by step. These phrases help you express emotional complexity, something advanced learners often struggle with. But with shadowing, you begin to develop that natural feel. Now imagine you've started working and you're trying to stay productive. Here's a phrase you can use. I'm trying to stay focused, but I keep getting pulled in different directions. Shadow it slowly. I keep getting pulled in different directions. This reflects real, honest human experience. For another practice moment, imagine you need help or clarification from someone. You can say, Could you give me a moment? I'm trying to sort out a few things. Shadow it now. I'm trying to sort out a few things. Now we'll practice a more advanced daily life reflection. This is the kind of English that makes you sound emotionally mature and fluent. I'm learning to be patient with myself. I'm learning to balance my responsibilities. And I'm learning to move through my day with a steady mindset. Shadow it slowly, with soft pauses. Notice the emotional depth, the natural tone, the calmness. Let's practice a small imaginary conversation to develop your spontaneous speaking ability. Hey, how's your morning going? It's been all right. I'm trying to get things under control. Anything stressful? Not really. I just want to stay organized and keep a good pace. Shadow the whole exchange. Feel the natural rhythm. Now let's expand your advanced phrases with emotional detail. I want to stay productive today, but I also don't want to exhaust myself. Shadow it. I want to stay productive, but I don't want to exhaust myself. Another one. I'm paying attention to my energy today. I want to work smart, not just work hard. Shadow that now. Work smart, not just work hard. These emotional awareness phrases are very common among native speakers. They show balance, intelligence, and maturity in your communication. As the morning continues, imagine you take a short break. Maybe you get a drink of water, stretch your body, or simply pause for a moment. You might say, I needed that break. I feel a bit more refreshed now. Shadow it slowly. I feel a bit more refreshed now. Let's create a longer reflection for shadowing. I'm trying to listen to myself today. I don't want to push too hard. I want to maintain my energy and keep a healthy pace. I think small breaks help me stay focused. Shadow it in your own voice. Feel how natural and calm it sounds. Now imagine you return to your tasks. You might say, all right, let me get back to what I was doing. Shadow it. Let me get back to what I was doing. Or, I want to wrap up this task before moving on to the next one. Shadow it. I want to wrap up this task. These phrases help you sound mature and responsible in English. Let's add another advanced daily life reflection. I'm learning to trust myself more. I'm learning to rely on my own rhythm, and I'm learning to stay confident, even when things feel uncertain. Shadow it now. I'm learning to rely on my own rhythm. This is how you grow your advanced English, through emotional expression, through shadowing, and through natural daily communication. As your morning moves forward, imagine you're beginning to settle into the flow of your day. Your mind is warming up, your thoughts are becoming clearer, and your English is becoming more natural with each shadowing moment. This is the perfect time to practice advanced phrases that help you express your internal mindset, your emotional state, and the way you handle daily challenges. These are the kinds of phrases native speakers use all the time, not because they are trying to sound advanced, but because this is how they naturally move through their day. And with consistent shadowing, this can become your natural English too. Imagine you're working on something and you want to stay focused. You might say, I'm trying to stay on track. Shadow it now. I'm trying to stay on track. This phrase is simple but powerful because it shows control, intention, and discipline. Now add a little more detail. I don't want to get distracted. I want to finish what I started. Shadow it again. I want to finish what I started. Now imagine you're multitasking or switching between different things. You can say something like, I'm balancing a few things right now. Shadow it slowly. I'm balancing a few things right now. Or, I'm trying to manage everything without feeling overwhelmed. Shadow it again. Without feeling overwhelmed. These phrases help you express emotional clarity. They show you understand yourself, your responsibilities, and your limits. This is a sign of high-level fluency because fluent speakers don't just describe actions, They describe feelings, intentions, and mental states. Now imagine someone asks how your work or study is going. You can respond. It's going well. I'm making steady progress. Shadow it. I'm making steady progress. Or you can say, I'm still working through a few things, but I'm getting there. Shadow it slowly. I'm getting there. Or even, I've been a little distracted, but I'm trying to refocus. Shadow it now. I'm trying to refocus. Each of these lines reflects real-life communication, honest, human, and natural. Let's move into a deeper shadowing exercise. Repeat after me gently. I'm paying attention to my mindset today. I'm trying to stay calm even when things get stressful. I'm trying to move with intention, not pressure. Shadow this entire practice. Feel the natural rhythm, the emotional grounding, the advanced structure of the sentences. Now let's imagine a situation where you need a moment to think before responding to someone. You can say, give me a second. I'm trying to process this. Shadow it now. I'm trying to process this. Or you can say, let me think about that for a moment. Shadow it gently. Let me think about that. These are extremely natural phrases, used in workplaces, conversations, and daily interactions. They help you sound thoughtful instead of rushed. Now imagine there's a small problem or unexpected situation. You can say, I'm trying to figure this out. Shadow it. I'm trying to figure this out. Or, I'm working on it. Just give me a minute. Shadow it slowly. Just give me a minute. These expressions help you communicate calmness and control, even when things aren't perfect. Let's practice a more advanced reflection. I'm learning to handle things without stressing myself out. I'm learning to stay steady even when the day feels busy. And I'm learning to let go of things that don't matter. Shadow it softly. Feel the maturity in the language, the emotional balance, the natural rhythm. Now imagine you are interacting with someone, and they ask about your progress. You can respond, I'm moving at a good pace, not too fast, not too slow. Shadow it now. A good pace. Or, I'm still working through a few tasks, but I'm feeling confident. Shadow it. I'm feeling confident. Or, I'm taking things step by step, and it's helping me stay focused. Shadow it slowly. Step by step. Now imagine you're checking your schedule or planning your next steps. You might say, let me take a quick look at what's next. Shadow it gently. Let me take a quick look. Or, I'm trying to stay ahead of things, so the rest of the day goes smoothly. Shadow it now. So the rest of the day goes smoothly. Let's deepen the practice with a small scenario. Imagine you're working on a project. You pause, you reflect, and you say, I think I'm making progress. I just need to stay consistent. Shadow it. I just need to stay consistent. Then you take another breath and say, I don't want to rush. I want to do this properly. Shadow it now. I want to do this properly. These are the kinds of everyday advanced English expressions that will make you sound natural and confident. Now imagine something interrupts you, a message, a call, a noise, a request. You might say, I'll get back to this in a moment. Shadow it. I'll get back to this in a moment. Or, let me finish this first, then I'll take care of that. Shadow it. Let me finish this first. These phrases help you manage your time and communicate your intentions clearly. Now, let's add a short emotional awareness shadowing moment. I'm learning to be more patient with myself. I'm learning to breathe through stress, and I'm learning to trust my own pace. Shadow it slowly. I'm learning to trust my own pace. Now imagine something goes wrong. A small mistake, a misunderstanding, or a moment of confusion. You can say, "It's okay. I can fix this." Shadow it now. "I can fix this." Or, "No worries. I'll figure it out." Shadow it. "I'll figure it out." These are emotionally calm, advanced daily expressions used by fluent speakers all the time. Let's practice a longer natural conversation style. I'm trying to stay flexible today. A few things didn't go as planned, but I'm adapting. I'm finding new ways to handle the situation, and I'm trying to stay positive through everything. Shadow it in your own voice. Feel the strength and calmness in the language. This is what advanced fluency feels like. Now imagine you're taking another small break. You might say, "I needed a moment to clear my head." Shadow it. "Clear my head." Or, "I feel a bit more refreshed now. I think I can continue with better focus." Shadow it slowly. Better focus. These phrases help you express your mental state naturally. Now imagine returning to your tasks. You can say, "All right, let me continue." Shadow it now. "Let me continue." Or, "I want to wrap this up soon, so I can move on to the next thing." Shadow it. "Wrap this up." Let's continue with a calming, advanced reflection. I'm moving through the day with intention. I'm not letting stress control me. I'm choosing calmness, clarity, and consistency. Shadow it slowly. Calmness, clarity, consistency. This is how you build real fluency, not just through vocabulary, but through emotional expression, natural rhythm, and daily life confidence. As your day continues, imagine you are settling deeper into your routine. Moments pass, tasks unfold, thoughts shift, and you move through your responsibilities with a mix of calmness and quiet determination. This is where advanced English becomes even more meaningful because it supports the emotional flow of your day. It helps you express yourself with clarity when things go well and with maturity when things feel challenging. So let's practice more natural daily life English that you can shadow with me. Imagine you're in the middle of a task and you're trying to stay focused. You might think, "I'm trying to keep my mind clear." Shadow it now. "I'm trying to keep my mind clear." Or you might say, "I want to stay present with what I'm doing." Shadow it again. "Stay present with what I'm doing." These phrases show an advanced emotional awareness, helping you sound thoughtful in English. Now imagine something unexpected happens. Maybe a sudden message, a small request, or a shift in your schedule. You might say, "All right, let me adjust." Shadow it. "Let me adjust." Or you might say, "I didn't expect this, but I can handle it." Shadow it slowly. "I can handle it." These phrases show confidence, calmness, and maturity in the face of surprises. Let's imagine a real moment. You're working or studying, and someone asks how everything is going. You can answer naturally and fluently like this. "I'm doing fine. I've been a bit busy, but I'm managing everything step by step." Shadow it now. "I'm managing everything step by step." Or you can say, "I'm staying focused. I just need a little more time to finish this." Shadow it slowly. "A little more time." These responses sound calm, balanced, and emotionally intelligent. Now imagine you feel slightly stressed or overwhelmed. You want to express it without sounding negative or frustrated. You can say, "I'm juggling a lot today, but I'm holding it together." Shadow it now. "I'm holding it together." Another option is, "I have a lot on my plate right now, but I'm staying positive." Shadow it. "Staying positive." These phrases help you express emotional complexity in a mature and fluent way. Let's deepen your fluency with an internal monologue shadowing exercise. Repeat after me softly. "I'm trying to approach everything with patience today. I don't want to rush through my tasks. I want to stay steady, focused, and intentional. I want to give my best without pushing myself too hard." Shadow it in your own voice. This kind of English builds emotional fluency, not just grammatical fluency. Now imagine you are interacting with someone who needs your help. You can say, "Sure, I can help. Just give me a moment to finish what I'm doing." Shadow it now. "Give me a moment to finish." Or, "I'll get to it. Let me wrap this up first." Shadow it slowly. "Let me wrap this up first." These phrases help you maintain boundaries while still sounding polite and cooperative. Imagine you are coordinating something with a colleague, friend, or family member. You might say, "Let me double-check that." Shadow it. "Let me double-check that." Or, "I want to make sure everything is correct before we continue." Shadow it. "Make sure everything is correct." This type of English shows responsibility and confidence. Now let's imagine you're reflecting on your progress halfway through the day. You might say, "I think I'm doing pretty well today. I've handled most of my tasks calmly." Shadow it. "Handled my tasks calmly." Or you can say, "I'm still working through a few things, but I'm staying focused." Shadow it slowly. Staying focused. Let's move into a deeper emotional shadowing exercise. I'm learning to give myself space. I'm learning to slow down when I need to. I'm learning to stay grounded even when I feel pressured. Shadow this whole practice session. Feel how each phrase supports your emotional fluency. Now imagine you're dealing with a small misunderstanding or confusion. You can say, "Let me clarify what you meant." Shadow it. "Let me clarify." Or, "I think I misunderstood something. Can you explain it again?" Shadow it slowly. "Can you explain it again?" These are extremely natural phrases, used in workplaces, friendships, and daily conversations. Now imagine you're giving an update to someone. You might say, "I'm nearly done with this. Just a few more minutes." Shadow it. "Just a few more minutes." Or, "I've made good progress. I just need to review everything once more." Shadow it slowly. Review everything once more. These phrases make you sound organized and responsible. Now let's shift into a small, spontaneous conversation practice. Shadow each line softly. "How's your day going so far?" "It's going well. I'm taking things as they come." "Are you tired?" "A little, but I'm managing." "Do you have a lot left to do?" "Just a bit. I'll take it step by step." Shadow this entire exchange again, matching natural rhythm and tone. Now imagine you're talking to yourself while working. Shadow these thoughts. "I want to stay consistent. I'm keeping a good rhythm today. I'm proud of the progress I'm making. I'm learning to handle things calmly." These are advanced reflective phrases, helping you develop mindfulness in English. Let's go deeper into this style of thinking. Shadow after me. I'm doing my best today, and that's enough. I don't need to be perfect. I just need to be present, patient, and focused. Shadow it slowly. Feel the emotional softness. Now imagine something disrupts your flow, maybe a notification, a noise, or a thought. You can say, "All right, let me reset a little." Shadow it. Let me reset. Or, I got distracted for a moment, but I'm coming back to what I was doing. Shadow it slowly. I'm coming back to what I was doing. This is extremely natural English, sounding like genuine native speaker thinking. Let's create another longer reflection you can shadow. I'm learning to be more aware of my reactions. I'm learning to take a breath before responding. And I'm learning to communicate with more clarity and confidence. Shadow it gently. Feel the emotional depth. Now imagine you're preparing to take another short break. You can say, "I think I need a short pause." Shadow it now. A short pause. Or, "I've been working steadily, so I'll take a moment to breathe." Shadow it slowly. A moment to breathe. These break phrases are commonly used in everyday English. Let's move further with a powerful advanced reflection. I'm moving through my day with awareness. I'm handling challenges with patience, and I'm allowing myself to grow with each moment. Shadow it softly. Allowing myself to grow. Your fluency rises every time you shadow these emotional, natural lines. This is how advanced English becomes part of your daily life. As the day moves forward, imagine yourself entering the late morning or early afternoon, the time when your energy begins to settle, when your thoughts feel a little clearer, and when you begin to understand the rhythm of your day. This is a perfect moment to practice deeper, more expressive English. English that shows maturity, confidence, and emotional intelligence. These are the moments where shadowing becomes truly powerful. Because you are not just repeating words, you are shaping your daily life through advanced language. Imagine you're transitioning between tasks. You finish one thing, and now you're preparing to begin another. Pause. You might say, "All right, let me shift my focus." Shadow it now. Let me shift my focus. This phrase helps you move your mindset smoothly. Another natural phrase is, "I'm switching gears for a moment." Shadow it slowly. Switching gears for a moment. This is extremely common among native speakers when changing tasks. Now imagine you're setting up for something new, maybe a task, a conversation, a call, a study session. You can say, "Let me get myself ready for this." Pause. Shadow it. Get myself ready. Or, I want to be fully present. Shadow it slowly. Fully present. These phrases help you speak with intention and clarity. Let's build a natural, expressive reflection for you to shadow. I'm preparing my mind for the next part of my day. I want to approach it with calmness, with purpose, and with confidence. I'm not rushing into it. I'm stepping into it steadily. Shadow this entire practice session softly. Feel the control in the language, the balance, the natural emotional flow. Now imagine you're working with someone or coordinating something. You might say, "Let me check on that and get back to you." Shadow it. Let me check on that. Or, I want to make sure we're on the same page. Shadow it slowly. On the same page. These are advanced daily life phrases used in both professional and personal communication. Now imagine you're giving instructions or clarifying something. You can say, "Here's what I'm thinking." Shadow it. "Here's what I'm thinking." Or, "Let me explain it in a clearer way." Shadow it slowly. In a clearer way. These phrases show confidence in your communication, something advanced learners often aim for. Now imagine someone asks for your opinion. You can respond, "In my view, we should take it step by step." Shadow it now. Step by step. Or, "I think it would be better to slow down and reassess." Shadow it slowly. Slow down and reassess. These lines help you express thoughtful, higher-level English. Let's go deeper with a reflection for shadowing. I'm learning to express my thoughts with more clarity. I'm learning to communicate calmly. And I'm learning to trust the way my mind organizes information. Shadow it with a soft tone. Let the words feel natural, steady, expressive. Now imagine you're reviewing your progress. You can say, "I've handled a good amount of work today." Shadow it. A good amount of work. Or, "I'm glad I stayed consistent. It's helping me feel productive." Shadow it slowly. Helping me feel productive. These daily reflections help you sound natural, confident, and emotionally grounded. Now imagine you're dealing with something confusing. You might say, "I think I need to take another look at this." Shadow it. Take another look. Or, "There's something I'm not understanding yet." Shadow it slowly. Not understanding yet. These phrases make conversations smoother, more thoughtful, and more professional. Let's practice a small, spontaneous daily life conversation. Shadow both parts gently. "How are you feeling about everything today?" "I'm doing all right. I'm trying to stay balanced." "Do you feel stressed?" "A little, but I'm handling it calmly." Now shadow the entire exchange again. Feel the rhythm, the flow, the calmness. Now imagine you're giving yourself encouragement during a busy moment. Shadow these lines softly. "I'm doing my best, and that's enough for today." "I'm staying patient with myself." "I'm learning to move through things gently." These internal reflections help develop advanced emotional fluency. Let's build a longer emotional practice for shadowing. I'm stepping through my day with awareness. I'm trying to stay grounded instead of letting pressure take over. I'm reminding myself that progress is more important than perfection, and I'm choosing to respond with calmness instead of stress. Shadow it gently. Let each word find its space, its softness, its meaning. Now imagine you're preparing to speak with someone, maybe about a task, a plan, or a small concern. You can say, "Before we continue, let me just gather my thoughts." Shadow it now. Gather my thoughts. Or, "I want to understand your point clearly before I respond." Shadow it slowly. Before I respond. These phrases help you sound respectful, thoughtful, and confident. Now imagine you're feeling confident and want to express that. You might say, "I feel like I'm in a good rhythm today." Shadow it. A good rhythm. Or, "I'm proud of how I'm managing everything." Shadow it slowly. Proud of how I'm managing. This is natural emotional self-awareness in English. Now imagine you're preparing lunch or taking a midday break. You might say, "I think I need to recharge for a moment." Shadow it. Recharge for a moment. Or, "I've been working steadily. so I'll take a little break. Shadow it slowly. A little break. These small phrases help you express your needs calmly, clearly, naturally. Let's add a calming, advanced reflection for deeper shadowing. I'm giving myself permission to slow down. I'm giving myself room to breathe, and I'm giving myself the space to grow without pressure. Shadow it gently. Let your voice glide through each word. Now imagine you're coming back from your break. You might say, "All right, let me ease back into work." Shadow it. Ease back into work, or I'm ready to continue with a clearer mind. Shadow it slowly. A clearer mind. These phrases help you reconnect with your tasks. Calmly, smoothly. Let's continue with a soft emotional shadowing moment. I'm learning to trust my journey. I'm learning to stay patient with my progress. And I'm learning to speak with confidence through each moment of my day. Shadow it slowly. Feel the natural fluency growing inside you. As the day moves into the afternoon, your energy shifts again, not as fresh as the morning, not yet quiet like the evening, just a steady, thoughtful rhythm. This is where advanced English becomes especially useful, because every thought, every small reaction, and every emotional response can be expressed in natural, fluent language. So let's continue building your fluency through daily life moments. Practice gently, through shadowing. Imagine you are returning to your tasks after lunch or after a short break. You might say to yourself, "All right, let me get back into the flow." Shadow it now. Get back into the flow. This phrase is often used when restarting work or trying to regain focus. Another natural phrase you can use is, "I need a moment to refocus." Shadow it slowly. A moment to refocus. These phrases show real emotional awareness. Now imagine you're beginning something that requires concentration. You can say, "I want to give this my full attention." Shadow it. Full attention. Or, "I'm trying to stay present with this task." Shadow it slowly. Stay present with this task. These expressions make your English sound thoughtful and mature. Let's build a longer reflection for shadowing. I'm stepping back into my responsibilities with a calm mindset. I don't want to rush anything. I want to take my time, understand what I'm doing, and move through each step with clarity. Shadow this entire practice session. Feel the natural rhythm of each phrase. Now imagine you're reviewing something, maybe work, maybe notes, maybe plans. You might say, "Let me take a closer look." Shadow it. A closer look. Or, "I want to make sure everything makes sense before I continue." Shadow it slowly. Makes sense before I continue. These phrases are very common in professional environments and everyday life. Imagine someone asks you how your afternoon is going. You can respond, "It's going well. I'm staying focused and doing my best." Shadow it now. Doing my best. Or, "I'm a little tired, but I'm keeping a steady pace." Shadow it slowly. A steady pace. These phrases sound natural, sincere, and emotionally grounded. Now imagine you're giving yourself a small push to stay productive. You can say, "I just need to keep going for a bit longer." Shadow it. A bit longer. Or, "I'm trying to build some momentum again." Shadow it slowly. Build some momentum. Let's practice a deeper internal reflection. I'm learning to work with my energy instead of against it. I'm learning to listen to my body and my mind, And I'm learning that being calm helps me stay productive. Shadow this slowly, letting every phrase land gently. Now imagine something interrupts your workflow. You might say, "That caught me off guard." Shadow it. "Caught me off guard." Or, "I wasn't expecting that, but I'll handle it." Shadow it slowly. "I'll handle it." These are natural reactions to unexpected moments. Now imagine you're checking your progress. You might say, "I've done a good amount so far. I'm happy with where I am." Shadow it. "Happy with where I am." Or, "I still have a few things to finish, but I'm staying confident." Shadow it slowly. Staying confident. Now let's build another conversational shadowing exercise. Repeat both sides if you can. "How's everything going with your work?" "It's going smoothly. I'm keeping things under control." "Did you run into any problems?" "Nothing serious. I'm handling things step by step." Now shadow the whole exchange again, focusing on tone and flow. Imagine you're needing a little motivation. Shadow these phrases. "I can do this." "I'm stronger than I think." "I just need to stay steady." "I believe in my progress." These daily affirmations help build emotional fluency. Now imagine you need a mental refresh. You can say, "I think I need to reset my mind for a moment." Shadow it now. "Reset my mind." Or, "I'll take a quick pause and come back with more clarity." Shadow it slowly. "Come back with more clarity." These phrases reflect natural self-care in English. Let's practice a longer shadowing practice. I'm reminding myself that it's okay to feel tired. It's okay to slow down. And it's okay to take small steps as long as I keep moving forward. What matters is progress, not perfection. Shadow it softly and slowly. Now imagine you're preparing for a conversation or a meeting. You might say, "I want to speak clearly and confidently." Shadow it. Clearly and confidently. Or, "I'm organizing my thoughts so I can express myself well." Shadow it slowly. Express myself well. These are advanced expressions used in daily communication. Now imagine you're having a thoughtful moment with yourself. You can say, "I'm understanding myself better as I move through the day." Shadow it. Understanding myself better. Or, "I'm learning to recognize what I need in each moment." Shadow it slowly. What I need in each moment. Let's build another deeper emotional reflection. I'm allowing myself to grow through everyday moments. I'm learning something new about myself with each experience, and I'm finding small ways to stay peaceful, even during busy times. Shadow it slowly. Let your voice settle into the words. Now imagine you're transitioning to another task. You might say, "All right, let me move on to the next thing." Shadow it. Move on to the next thing. Or, "I'm ready for whatever comes next." Shadow it slowly. Whatever comes next. Imagine you notice your energy dipping slightly. You can say, "I'm feeling a little drained, but I'll pace myself." Shadow it. "I'll pace myself." Or, "I need to slow down a bit and catch my breath." Shadow it slowly. Catch my breath. Now let's move further with a calm, grounding reflection. I'm moving through the afternoon with patience. I'm staying steady even when my energy shifts. And I'm trusting myself to handle the rest of the day with confidence and calmness. Shadow it thoughtfully. Feel the fluency settling into your voice. As the afternoon continues, Imagine yourself settling into a softer, calmer rhythm, the kind of rhythm where your mind becomes a little more reflective, a little more thoughtful, a little more aware of everything happening around you. This is the perfect moment to practice deeper emotional English, the type of expressions native speakers use without thinking, the type that shows maturity, calmness, and fluency. So breathe slowly, and let's continue shadowing together. Imagine you're working on something that requires attention, but your mind is drifting. You might say to yourself, I need to pull myself back into focus. Shadow it now. Pull myself back into focus. Or you might say, let me gather my thoughts again. Shadow it slowly. Gather my thoughts again. These phrases help you express mental redirection naturally. Now imagine you realize you've been working for a long time. You can say, I've been at this for a while. I should stretch a bit. Shadow it. I should stretch a bit. Or, I think I need to loosen up for a moment. Shadow it slowly. Loosen up for a moment. These small phrases represent natural self-awareness. Imagine you're thinking about your progress so far. You might say, I'm proud of how I've handled things today. Shadow it. Proud of how I've handled things. Or, I've stayed steady, and that feels good. Shadow it slowly. That feels good. Let's build a longer reflective practice session for shadowing. I'm realizing that consistency is more powerful than intensity. I don't need to push myself too hard to be productive. I just need to stay committed, stay calm, and keep moving forward step by step. Shadow this entire practice session. Let your voice move slowly and naturally. Now imagine you're interacting with someone who is feeling stressed. You might say, take your time. There's no rush. Shadow it. There's no rush. Or, I understand. Let's work through it together. Shadow it slowly. Let's work through it together. These phrases show support and empathy, key parts of advanced English communication. Now imagine you need support from someone. You might say, can you walk me through this? Shadow it. Walk me through this. Or, I'm trying to understand. Can you explain it another way? Shadow it slowly. Explain it another way. These are natural phrases that help you sound confident when asking for clarification. Let's practice a small conversational shadowing exercise. Repeat both sides if you can. How are you holding up? I'm doing all right. I'm pacing myself. Do you need a break? Maybe just a short one. I've been working steadily. Now shadow the entire exchange softly, focusing on the natural tone. Now imagine you're reflecting on your emotional state. You might say, I'm trying to stay open and honest with myself. Shadow it. Stay open and honest with myself. Or, I'm learning to recognize what drains me and what strengthens me. Shadow it slowly. What strengthens me? These lines help you develop emotional intelligence in English. Let's build a deeper emotional reflection. I'm growing through the little moments of the day. I'm learning from the challenges, appreciating the calmness, and understanding myself on a deeper level. Shadow it slowly, with soft breath. Now imagine you're doing something creative or analytical. You can say, I'm trying to approach this with a fresh perspective. Shadow it. Fresh perspective. Or, I want to understand the bigger picture before I decide. Shadow it slowly. The bigger picture. These phrases help you sound thoughtful and articulate. Now imagine you're feeling a little stuck. You can say, I'm hitting a bit of a mental block. Shadow it. A mental block. Or, I think I need a new angle. Shadow it slowly. A new angle. These are the kinds of expressions professionals use all the time. Let's practice a longer internal monologue for shadowing. I'm giving myself permission to pause, to breathe, to think, and to continue at a pace that feels right for me. I'm not forcing anything. I'm not rushing myself. I'm choosing calmness over pressure. Shadow this whole practice session, letting the rhythm settle. Now imagine you're stepping away from your work for a moment. You might say, I need to clear my head for a second. Shadow it. Clear my head. Or, I'll come back with a fresh mind. Shadow it slowly. A fresh mind. These phrases show emotional maturity and self-awareness. Imagine someone checks in on you. You can say, I'm doing okay. I just need a moment to reset. Shadow it. A moment to reset. Or, I'm fine. I'm just reorganizing my thoughts. Shadow it slowly. Reorganizing my thoughts. These conversational lines help you communicate smoothly in everyday life. Now imagine you're preparing to return to your tasks again. You might say, all right, let me ease back into it. Shadow it. Ease back into it. Or, I'm ready to continue, step by step. Shadow it slowly, step by step. Let's create another longer, calming reflection. I'm learning to flow with my day instead of fighting against it. I'm allowing things to unfold naturally, and I'm trusting myself more with every small decision. Shadow it slowly. This builds emotional fluency at an advanced level. Now imagine you're reviewing your afternoon progress. You can say, I've done quite a lot today, even more than I expected. Shadow it. More than I expected. Or, I still have things to finish, but I'm moving in the right direction. Shadow it slowly. The right direction. These are natural reflections used by fluent speakers. Now imagine someone asks you how you're managing everything. You can respond, I'm managing well, I'm staying organized, and taking things one at a time. Shadow it. One at a time. Or, I'm balancing things as best as I can. Shadow it slowly. As best as I can. These phrases are calm, honest, and natural. Let's continue with a grounding emotional shadowing moment. I'm moving through the afternoon with a peaceful mindset. I'm letting go of unnecessary pressure, and I'm choosing to stay steady and confident for the rest of the day. Shadow it softly as your fluency continues to grow. As the afternoon slowly moves toward the later part of the day, imagine your mind settling into a slightly heavier but more thoughtful rhythm. The sun changes its angle, the world around you becomes a bit quieter, and you begin to feel that transition between the busy part of the day and the softer hours that come after it. This is the moment when advanced English becomes even more meaningful, because you are not just practicing vocabulary, you are practicing emotional expression, mental clarity, and natural communication. So let's continue building your fluency through shadowing, softly and steadily. Imagine you're wrapping up a task, something you've been working on for a while. You might say, I think I'm almost done with this. Shadow it now. Almost done with this. Or, let me finish the last part and then I'll move on. Shadow it slowly. Then, I'll move on. These phrases help you express transition naturally. Now imagine you're evaluating how everything is going. You can say, today has been productive. I've managed more than I expected. Shadow it. more than I expected, or it's been a steady day. I've been pacing myself well. Shadow it slowly. Pacing myself well. These reflections help you express balance and self-awareness. Let's build a longer reflective practice session for deeper shadowing. I'm learning to appreciate the small moments of progress. I'm learning to recognize when I've done enough, and I'm learning to stay gentle with myself, even when I feel tired. Shadow it slowly. Let the words feel natural in your voice. Now imagine you're checking in with someone, or someone checks in with you. You might say, "How's your afternoon going?" Shadow it. "How's your afternoon going?" Or, "I'm doing okay, just trying to stay focused." Shadow it slowly. Trying to stay focused. These are everyday phrases used constantly in natural English conversation. Imagine you need to discuss your next steps with someone. You can say, "Here's what I'm planning to do next." Shadow it. Planning to do next. Or, "I want to make sure I'm going in the right direction." Shadow it slowly. The right direction. These phrases show that you are clear, intentional, and thoughtful. Now imagine you're feeling a little tired. You might say, "I think my energy is dropping a bit." Shadow it. Dropping a bit. Or, "I need a moment to recharge before I continue." Shadow it slowly. Recharge before I continue. These are natural self-care phrases that fluent speakers use constantly. Let's shadow a deeper emotional reflection. I'm reminding myself that it's okay to slow down. It's okay to take breaks. And it's okay to acknowledge when I need rest. This is part of taking care of myself. Shadow this entire practice session gently. Let your voice relax. Now imagine you are preparing for a new task in the late afternoon. You might say, "Let me get myself organized again." Shadow it. Get myself organized. Or, "I want to approach this with a clear mind." Shadow it slowly. A clear mind. These are advanced phrases that show emotional maturity and clarity. Imagine you're switching between tasks. You might say, "I'm shifting to something different now." Shadow it. Shifting to something different. Or, "I want to change my focus for a while." Shadow it slowly. Change my focus. These are very common expressions in natural English. Let's add a conversation-style shadowing practice. Are you feeling tired? A little, but I'm still going. Do you need a break? Maybe soon. I'm finishing something first. Shadow the entire exchange again. Feel the natural rhythm. Now imagine you want to express gratitude or appreciation for something. You might say, "I'm grateful for the calm moments today." Shadow it. Grateful for the calm moments. Or, "I appreciate the small progress I've made." Shadow it slowly. I appreciate the small progress. These phrases show emotional intelligence and depth in your speech. Let's build a longer reflective practice session. I'm understanding more about myself as the day goes on. I'm learning to pay attention to my energy. I'm learning to listen to my emotions. And I'm learning to move through the day with more kindness toward myself. Shadow it gently. Let the language feel natural in your voice. Now imagine you're facing something slightly challenging. You might say, "I'll take this step by step." Shadow it. Step by step. Or, "I'm not going to stress about this. I'll handle it calmly." Shadow it slowly. Handle it calmly. These lines help you express courage and control. Now imagine someone asks you about your progress or your plans. You can say, I've done a good amount so far. I'm satisfied with my pace. Shadow it. Satisfied with my pace. Or, I still have a few things to finish, but I'm managing well. Shadow it slowly. Managing well. These responses sound confident and balanced. Let's go deeper into emotional awareness. Shadow these sentences. I'm trying to understand what my mind needs right now. I'm paying attention to my energy levels. I'm listening to my intuition more. Shadow all 3 lines again softly. Let them guide your emotional fluency. Now imagine you are ready for a mini reset. You can say, I'm going to take a moment to breathe. Shadow it. Take a moment to breathe. Or, I just need a quiet minute to settle my mind. Shadow it slowly. Settle my mind. These are natural, soothing expressions. Let's build a longer emotional reflection. I'm choosing calmness even when the day feels heavy. I'm choosing clarity even when my thoughts feel scattered. And I'm choosing patience even when things don't go as planned. Shadow this practice session slowly. Let it strengthen your fluency. Now imagine you're returning to your tasks again. You can say, all right, let me continue with a steady approach. Shadow it. A steady approach. Or, I'm ready to finish the rest of my work for today. Shadow it slowly. Finish the rest of my work. These phrases help you reconnect with your responsibilities naturally. Finally, imagine you're reflecting softly on your afternoon. You might say, I think I've handled the day with strength and calmness. Shadow it. Strength and calmness. Or, I'm moving through the day with more clarity than before. Shadow it slowly. More clarity than before. Let's practice with a grounding reflection. I'm learning to trust my rhythm. I'm learning to honor my energy. And I'm learning to move forward with quiet confidence. Shadow it gently. Feel your fluency growing with each word. As the late afternoon slowly melts into the early evening, imagine the world around you softening. The light becomes warmer. The air feels a little quieter, and your mind begins to settle into a more peaceful rhythm. This is a beautiful time to practice deeper, more reflective English. English that helps you express your inner world, your thoughts, your emotions, and the subtle ways your day has shaped you. Breathe gently, and let's continue shadowing together. Imagine you're finishing a task you've been working on for a while. You might say, all right, I'm wrapping this up now. Shadow it softly. Wrapping this up? Or, let me put the final touches on this. Shadow it slowly. Final touches. These phrases help you express completion naturally. Now, imagine you're looking back at your day so far. You might say, it's been a long day, but I'm proud of how I've handled it. Shadow it now. Proud of how I've handled it. Or, I've managed the ups and downs with patience. Shadow it slowly. With patience. These reflections make your English sound emotionally mature. Let's build a longer reflection for shadowing. I'm noticing how much I've grown in the way I handle my day. I'm more aware of my energy, more aware of my emotions, and more aware of the calmness I want to bring into my routines. Shadow this practice session slowly. Let the meaning settle inside you. Now imagine someone asks how your day has been. You can say, it's been productive. I've kept a good balance today. Shadow it. A good balance? Or, it had its difficult moments, but I moved through them calmly. Shadow it slowly. moved through them calmly. These are natural phrases fluent speakers use to describe their day honestly and thoughtfully. Now imagine you're ready to take a small break as the day shifts. You might say, I think I need a moment to unwind. Shadow it. A moment to unwind. Or, I just want to slow down for a bit and clear my mind. Shadow it slowly. Clear my mind. These phrases help you express emotional clarity. Imagine you're stepping away from your workspace or daily responsibilities. You can say, I'm done with the heavy part of the day. Shadow it. The heavy part of the day. Or, I'm letting my mind relax now. Shadow it slowly. Letting my mind relax. Let's practice a deeper shadowing reflection. I'm learning to release the tension I've carried throughout the day. I'm learning to breathe deeply and let my thoughts settle. And I'm learning to appreciate the quiet moments that remind me to slow down. Shadow it softly. Feel the emotional fluency growing. Now imagine you're preparing to transition to something calmer, maybe a short walk, a break, or simply resting for a moment. You can say, I want to give myself a gentle pause. Shadow it. A gentle pause. Or, I'm taking a moment to soften the pace of my day. Shadow it slowly. Soften the pace of my day. These phrases express emotional tenderness and self-awareness. Imagine you're checking in with someone or yourself. You might say, How are you feeling now? Shadow it. How are you feeling now? And you can answer, I'm feeling lighter. The day is slowing down. Shadow it slowly. The day is slowing down. Let's add a conversation-style practice. Did your day go the way you expected? Not exactly, but I stayed patient. Anything stressful? A few things, but I handled them one by one. Shadow the whole exchange, letting it feel natural. Now imagine you're stepping into the softer part of your evening routine. You might say, I'm ready to wind down. Shadow it. Wind down. Or, I'm easing myself into a calmer part of the day. Shadow it slowly. A calmer part of the day. Imagine reflecting softly on your emotions. You could say, I've carried a lot today, but I'm letting it go now. Shadow it. Letting it go now. Or, I'm giving myself space to breathe and reset. Shadow it slowly. Breathe and reset. Let's build a longer emotional shadowing practice session. I'm choosing to let the weight of the day fall away. I'm choosing peace over pressure, and I'm choosing to listen to my inner calm as the evening approaches. Shadow it gently. Let the rhythm guide you. Now imagine someone asks if you're doing okay. You might say, I'm all right. I just need some quiet time. Shadow it. Some quiet time. Or, I'm fine. I'm just slowing down a little. Shadow it slowly. Slowing down a little. These are very natural daily life expressions. Imagine you're reflecting on something positive. You might say, I'm grateful for the small moments that went well today. Shadow it. Small moments that went well. Or, I'm glad I handled everything with calmness. Shadow it slowly. Handled everything with calmness. Now imagine you're preparing for evening tasks or responsibilities. You can say, let me take care of this before I settle in. Shadow it. Take care of this. Or, I'll finish this one last thing, then I'm done for today. Shadow it slowly. One last thing. Let's deepen the emotional fluency practice. I'm honoring the effort I gave today. I'm honoring the strength I showed. And I'm honoring the patience I carried through every moment. Shadow it slowly. Feel the emotional depth of the language. Now imagine you're ready to transition into dinner time or evening relaxation. You can say, I think I'm ready to slow everything down. Shadow it. Slow everything down. Or, I'm letting the evening settle in gently. Shadow it slowly. Settle in gently. Let's create one more grounding reflection. I'm moving into the evening with peace in my mind, softness in my breath, and gratitude in my heart for everything I managed today. Shadow it gently. Allow the calmness to shape your English fluency. As the evening begins to settle more deeply around you, imagine the atmosphere becoming softer, the pace of the world slowing down, the sounds around you calming into a quieter rhythm. This is a beautiful space to continue practicing advanced English because your mind is more reflective, more open, and more connected to your emotions. So breathe slowly. Allow the evening light to wrap around your thoughts. And let's keep shadowing together. Imagine you're returning home, or finishing your work, or simply stepping into a calmer part of your space. You might say, all right, I'm done with the busier part of the day. Shadow it. Done with the busier part of the day. Or you could say, I can finally slow down now. Shadow it slowly. Finally slow down. These phrases help you balance your emotional and mental state naturally. Now imagine you're thinking about how the day went. You might say, today had its challenges, but I handled them well. Shadow it. Handled them well. Or, I managed everything with patience and strength. Shadow it slowly. Patience and strength. These reflections help you express emotional honesty and fluency at an advanced level. Let's build a deeper evening reflection for shadowing. I'm letting the weight of the day slowly fall away. I'm allowing myself to breathe, to soften, and to rest. I'm letting my mind return to a peaceful place inside me. Shadow this practice session softly. Let the calmness enter your voice. Now imagine you're preparing something simple, maybe dinner, maybe tea, maybe organizing something small. You might say, I'm taking my time now. There's no need to rush. Shadow it. No need to rush. Or, I just want to move gently through the rest of my evening. Shadow it slowly. Gently through my evening. These expressions help you move with ease and tranquility. Imagine someone asks how your evening is going. You can answer, it's going well. I'm just unwinding. Shadow it. Just unwinding. Or, it's been a long day, but I'm relaxing now. Shadow it slowly. Relaxing now. These are natural, warm conversational lines. Now imagine you want to talk about your emotions. You might say, I'm feeling calmer now that the day is ending. Shadow it. Feeling calmer now? Or, my mind feels lighter. I needed this shift. Shadow it slowly. I needed this shift. Let's practice a deeper emotional shadowing moment. I'm letting go of the stress I carried. I'm choosing to forgive myself for anything I couldn't finish. And I'm choosing to accept that I did my best today. Shadow it slowly and gently. Let the meaning settle inside you. Now imagine you're reflecting on something positive from the day. You can say, I'm grateful for the moments that brought me joy today. Shadow it. Moments that brought me joy. Or, I appreciate the small successes that made my day easier. Shadow it slowly. Small successes. These phrases help you express gratitude and emotional grounding. Imagine you want to express relief. You can say, I feel relieved now that the day is slowing down. Shadow it. I feel relieved. Or, I needed this more than I realized. Shadow it slowly, more than I realized. Let's build another reflective practice session. I'm giving myself permission to breathe deeply, to relax my shoulders, to soften my thoughts, and to welcome the peacefulness that the evening brings. Shadow this entire practice session slowly. Feel the softness in your voice. Now imagine you're preparing to finish one last small responsibility. You might say, "Let me take care of this before I fully relax." Shadow it. Before I fully relax. Or, this is the last thing I need to do today. Shadow it slowly. Last thing I need to do. These are natural ways of expressing closure for the day. Imagine someone asks if you're okay. You could respond, "I'm okay, just a little tired." Shadow it. A little tired. Or, "I'm fine. I just need to rest my mind for a bit." Shadow it slowly. Rest my mind. Now imagine you're settling into your evening space, your room, your living area, or somewhere peaceful. You might say, "This is my time to unwind." Shadow it. My time to unwind. Or, "I'm ready to enjoy the quiet of the evening." Shadow it slowly. Quiet of the evening. These lines help you transition into a more relaxed state. Let's deepen the emotional practice. I'm learning to let go of the day gently. I'm learning to accept what happened without judgment. And I'm learning to create space for peace inside myself. Shadow this practice session softly. Let it feel natural. Now imagine you're reflecting on your own growth. You might say, "I'm becoming more patient with myself." Shadow it. More patient with myself. Or, "I'm noticing how much I've learned about my emotions." Shadow it slowly. Learned about my emotions. These advanced phrases help you express emotional intelligence smoothly. Imagine you're sharing something with someone close. You might say, "Today taught me a few things." Shadow it. Taught me a few things. Or, "I realized something important about myself today." Shadow it slowly. Something important about myself. Let's practice a longer, calming reflection. I'm letting the evening guide me toward softness. I'm embracing the quiet, and I'm allowing myself to simply be present in this moment, without rushing, without pressure, without expectations. Shadow it slowly. Allow your breath to slow down with the words. Now imagine the evening is becoming quieter. You might say, "The evening feels peaceful, and I'm grateful for it." Shadow it. Grateful for it. Or, "I love this part of the day. Everything feels calmer." Shadow it slowly. Everything feels calmer. Finally, let's practice with a deep, grounding reflection. I'm ending this part of my day with gratitude, calmness, and confidence in everything I was able to do. I'm ready to carry this peaceful energy into the rest of my evening. Shadow it gently. Feel your English flowing naturally and confidently as the evening deepens and you settle more comfortably into the quieter rhythm of the night. Imagine the atmosphere around you becoming softer. Maybe the lights are dimmer. Maybe the air is cooler. Maybe the world outside feels slower, gentler, and more forgiving. This is a perfect time to practice a more reflective, soothing kind of English, the kind of English that helps you understand yourself, connect with your emotions, and speak with calm confidence. So breathe slowly, relax your shoulders, and let's continue shadowing together. Imagine you've just finished preparing something simple. Maybe your dinner, maybe your space, maybe your evening routine, you might say, "All right, everything feels settled now." Shadow it. Everything feels settled now. Or you might say, "I feel like I can finally breathe properly." Shadow it slowly. Finally breathe properly. These phrases bring you closer to emotional fluency. Now imagine you're reflecting on how your day transformed from morning to evening. You can say, "It's been a long journey today, but I made it through." Shadow it. I made it through. Or, "I'm grateful for the strength I carried from sunrise to now." Shadow it slowly. Strength I carried. These reflections help you express emotional depth in natural English. Let's build a longer, gentle reflection. I'm allowing the evening to wash away the tension of the day. I'm letting my body relax, letting my thoughts slow down, and letting my heart settle into a quieter place. Shadow this practice session softly. Let your voice soften with each phrase. Now imagine someone asks how you're feeling right now. You might say, "I'm feeling calmer than before." Shadow it. Calmer than before? Or, "I'm still a little tired, but I'm relaxed." Shadow it slowly. Relaxed. These are natural, warm responses. Imagine you're thinking about the things you accomplished today. You can say, "I'm proud of myself for everything I handled." Shadow it. Proud of myself. Or, "I might not have done everything, but I did enough." Shadow it slowly. I did enough. These help you express self-kindness, an advanced emotional skill in English. Now imagine you want to release the leftover stress of the day. You can say, "I'm letting go of whatever felt heavy today." Shadow it. Whatever felt heavy. Or, "I'm choosing to leave the stress behind." Shadow it slowly. Leave the stress behind. These phrases help you move into a peaceful evening mindset. Let's build a calming emotional practice session. I'm slowly shifting into a state of peace. I'm relaxing my thoughts, calming my breath, and choosing to welcome the quiet comfort of the night. Shadow this entire practice session softly. Feel the emotional grounding. Now imagine you're preparing to enjoy a peaceful activity. Maybe reading. Maybe listening to something soft. Maybe simply sitting in silence. You might say, "This is the part of the day where I allow myself to recharge." Shadow it. Allow myself to recharge. Or, "I'm giving my mind the break it deserves." Shadow it slowly. The break it deserves. These lines help you speak with self-care and clarity. Imagine someone asks what you plan to do now. You can say, "I think I'll take the rest of the evening slowly." Shadow it. Take the evening slowly. Or, "I just want to relax and not think too much." Shadow it slowly. Not think too much. These are common evening expressions used in natural English conversations. Now imagine you want to express emotional softness. You might say, "I feel more peaceful as the night settles." Shadow it. More peaceful. Or, "There's something calming about this moment." Shadow it slowly. Something calming. Let's deepen the practice with a longer reflection. I'm grateful for this quiet time. I'm grateful for the breath in my body, and I'm grateful for the chance to slow down and reconnect with myself. Shadow it gently. Allow the warmth of the words to guide your fluency. Imagine you're reflecting on your personal growth. You might say, "I'm noticing how much stronger I've become." Shadow it. Stronger I've become. Or, "I'm learning to accept myself more every day." Shadow it slowly. Accept myself more. These lines help you express self-awareness confidently. Now imagine that the evening gives you space to think, to feel, to observe. You can say, I finally have room to breathe and reflect. Shadow it. Room to breathe. Or, I'm giving myself the silence I need. Shadow it slowly. The silence I need? Let's practice a slightly deeper, emotional practice session. I'm learning to let peace in, learning to trust the quiet, and learning to understand that rest is just as important as productivity. Shadow it slowly. Let each word carry a gentle meaning. Imagine someone asks what your evening has been like. You might say, it's been calm, exactly what I needed. Shadow it. Exactly what I needed. Or, I'm feeling more balanced as the night goes on. Shadow it slowly. Feeling more balanced. Now imagine you're preparing for the later part of the night. Maybe a final task, or simply settling into your evening space. You can say, I'm ready for a slow, peaceful night. Shadow it. A slow, peaceful night. Or, I'm ending my day with a gentle heart. Shadow it slowly. A gentle heart. Let's continue with a deep, grounding reflection. I'm letting the night wrap me in calmness. I'm letting go of everything I carried. And I'm choosing peace as I move through the rest of my evening. Shadow it softly. Feel the fluency growing inside you. As the night deepens and everything around you becomes quieter, imagine yourself entering a softer, warmer emotional space. A space where your thoughts become slower and clearer. A space where you can hear your own breathing, feel your own calmness, and understand your own emotions with more clarity. This is the perfect moment to practice advanced nighttime English. Gentle, reflective, peaceful expressions that help you develop fluency while connecting to yourself. So settle into this moment, breathe softly, and let's continue shadowing together. Imagine you've finished your evening routine. Washing up, getting comfortable, maybe preparing your room or adjusting your environment. You might say, all right, I'm settling in for the night now. Shadow it. Settling in for the night. Or, you might say, I feel ready to relax deeply. Shadow it slowly. Relax deeply. These phrases help your English become warm and emotionally expressive. Now imagine you're reflecting on your inner state. You can say, my mind feels calm, softer than before. Shadow it. Softer than before. Or, I feel more connected to myself as the night grows quieter. Shadow it slowly. As the night grows quieter. These lines help you practice emotional articulation at an advanced level. Let's create a longer, soothing reflection. I'm allowing the stillness of the night to enter my thoughts. I'm letting my mind rest, letting my breath slow down, and letting my heart settle into a peaceful rhythm. Shadow it gently. Let each phrase fall like a soft exhale. Now imagine someone asks how you're feeling at this moment. You might say, I'm feeling peaceful, like everything is finally settling. Shadow it. Finally settling. Or, I'm relaxed and I feel emotionally lighter. Shadow it slowly. Emotionally lighter. These expressions help you communicate calm emotional states naturally. Imagine you're thinking about your energy. You can say, I've carried a lot today, but I feel lighter now. Shadow it. Feel lighter now. Or, I'm letting my thoughts drift gently. Shadow it slowly. Drift gently. These expressions help you speak with emotional softness. Now imagine the night feels comforting. You might say, "There's something soothing about this quiet." Shadow it. Something soothing. Or, "I love how peaceful the night feels." Shadow it slowly. Peaceful night. Let's build another reflective practice session. I'm grateful for this calmness, grateful for the soft silence, grateful for the chance to breathe without rushing, and grateful for the space to just exist quietly. Shadow it gently. Allow the warmth of the words to settle into your voice. Now imagine you're reflecting on your personal growth or your progress. You can say, "I handled my day with strength and patience." Shadow it. Strength and patience. Or, "I'm proud of the emotional balance I maintained today." Shadow it slowly. Emotional balance. These phrases help you express inner growth in natural English. Imagine you're feeling a wave of relief. You might say, "I finally feel like I can let everything go." Shadow it. Let everything go. Or, "I'm releasing the tension I held in my mind." Shadow it slowly. Releasing the tension. These expressions help you practice deep emotional English. Let's create a calming practice session you can shadow slowly. I'm giving myself permission to rest, to breathe slowly, to relax my thoughts, and to allow the peacefulness of the night to hold me gently. Shadow it softly. Let the rhythm feel soothing. Now imagine someone asks if you're ready to end the day. You might say, "Yes, I'm ready to let the night take over." Shadow it. Let the night take over. Or, "I'm ready to rest my mind and settle into peace." Shadow it slowly. Settle into peace. These phrases express readiness for rest in a natural, fluent way. Imagine you're thinking about everything you experienced today. You can say, "It wasn't a perfect day, but it was meaningful." Shadow it. Meaningful. Or, "There were challenges, but I handled them with calmness." Shadow it slowly. Handled them with calmness. These lines help you speak about acceptance and emotional maturity. Let's build another gentle reflection. I'm accepting everything that happened today. I'm not judging myself. I'm not holding on to anything. I'm simply allowing the night to bring peace to my mind. Shadow it slowly. Breathe into the meaning. Now imagine you're thinking about your emotional strength. You can say, "I'm stronger than I felt this morning." Shadow it. Stronger than I felt. Or, "I'm learning to handle each day with more softness and control." Shadow it slowly. Softness and control. Imagine you're appreciating the silence of the night. You might say, "This quiet moment is exactly what I needed." Shadow it. Exactly what I needed. Or, "I love the way the night makes everything feel safe." Shadow it slowly. Everything feels safe. Let's go deeper. I'm letting the night reset me, letting it calm the worries I carried, and letting it fill me with clarity for tomorrow. Shadow it softly. This is emotional fluency in English at its highest level. Now imagine you're preparing to enjoy the last quiet moments before rest. You can say, "I'm taking this time to reconnect with myself." Shadow it. Reconnect with myself. Or, "I'm letting my mind slow down, step by step." Shadow it slowly. Slow down, step by step. These are advanced, gentle, reflective expressions. Let's practice with a warm, grounding reflection. I'm ending this evening with peace in my breath, softness in my thoughts, and gratitude for everything I learned today. I'm ready to carry this gentle energy into the night. Shadow it softly. Feel your fluency growing in calm, natural waves. As the night settles fully and everything around you becomes still, imagine yourself moving deeper into a space of calmness, a space where your thoughts feel soft, your breath feels gentle, and your emotions feel steady and clear. This final part of your day is not just about resting, it's about acknowledging the effort you gave, the steps you took, the challenges you handled, and the quiet strength you carried through every moment. So take a slow breath, relax your shoulders, and let's continue this final shadowing practice together. Imagine you're preparing to close the day. You might say, I think I'm ready to end the day now. Pause. Shadow it softly. Ready to end the day. Or you might say, my mind feels quieter, and I'm ready to rest. Pause. Shadow it slowly. Ready to rest. These phrases help you express peaceful closure. Now imagine you're reflecting gently on everything that happened. You can say, I did my best today, and that's enough. Pause, shadow it. That's enough. Or, I showed patience, strength, and calmness, and I'm proud of that. Pause, shadow it slowly. I'm proud of that. These reflections help you speak with emotional maturity and confidence. Let's create a soothing emotional practice. I'm letting the quiet of the night wrap around my thoughts. I'm allowing my mind to rest after a long day, and I'm choosing to appreciate the person I was today, calm, steady, and willing to grow. Shadow it gently. Let the words soften inside you. Now, imagine someone asks how you're feeling as the night ends. You can say, I feel peaceful. My mind feels clear. Shadow it. My mind feels clear. Or, I'm tired, but in a calm, satisfied way. Shadow it slowly. A calm, satisfied way. These are natural expressions that show emotional awareness. Imagine you're giving yourself permission to fully disconnect. You might say, I'm ready to switch off for the night. Shadow it. Switch off for the night. Or, I'm giving myself permission to rest completely. Shadow it slowly. Rest completely. These phrases help you speak about self-care in natural daily English. Let's build a deeper, closing reflection. I'm releasing everything that doesn't serve me, letting go of the pressure, letting go of the noise, letting go of the tension, and inviting peace to fill the space where stress once lived. Shadow it slowly. Let your voice flow gently. Now imagine you're preparing to rest, emotionally and mentally. You might say, I'm ready to allow my mind to slow down. Shadow it. Slow down. Or, I'm letting the night guide me toward rest. Shadow it slowly. Guide me toward rest. These lines help your English sound soft and reflective. Imagine you're looking back at the progress you've made, not just today, but in your overall journey. You can say, I'm proud of how far I've come. Shadow it. Proud of how far. Or, I'm learning a little more every day, and it feels good. Shadow it slowly. Feels good. These advanced reflections build natural confidence in your spoken English. Now imagine expressing appreciation for the day. You might say, I'm thankful for the lessons today brought. Shadow it. Thankful for the lessons. Or, I'm grateful for the moments of clarity and strength. Shadow it slowly. Moments of clarity and strength. Let's create a warm, emotional closing practice. I'm stepping into the night with a peaceful heart. I'm trusting that tomorrow will bring new strength, new calmness, and new opportunities, and I'm allowing myself to rest with gratitude for everything I carried today. Shadow it softly. Let the rhythm comfort you. Now imagine someone gently asks, if you're ready to end the day, you can say, yes, I'm ready. My mind is quiet. My heart is calm. Shadow it. My heart is calm. Or, I'm ending my day with peace and gratitude. Shadow it slowly. Peace and gratitude. These are natural final reflections for the day. Finally, imagine closing your eyes, breathing deeply, and letting the night welcome you. You might say, I'm letting go, I'm resting, and I'm grateful for this moment of calm. Shadow it. Grateful for this moment of calm. Or, I'm ending the day with softness in my breath and peace in my mind. Shadow it slowly. Peace in my mind. Let's end this lesson with a soft, grounding, closing reflection. I'm ready to rest, ready to repair, ready to renew myself for tomorrow. I'm calm. I am grateful, and I am at peace. Shadow it gently, letting your voice fall into a natural, soothing rhythm. And now, before we close this video, I want to take a moment, a heartfelt moment, to thank you, truly, for staying connected with me through this long, calming, powerful English shadowing practice. Your dedication, your patience, your consistency, and your willingness to grow show how committed you are to improving your English and improving yourself. Thank you for being here. Thank you for practicing with me. And thank you for allowing me to guide you on your English journey. I am proud of you, and I appreciate you more than you know.